Landlords, let's beat the tax man. Property investing inside a limited company, a holding company structure to move profits tax efficiently, inheritance tax and legacy for future generations. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Adam.
I'm Jess.
And we're forthelandlords.com.
If you are a landlord or you want to be, you want to start, scale or optimize, this channel's for you. We're going to help you get more money, less hassle and your time back.
All right, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Today we're going to beat the tax man and we're going to tell you how. So the first thing is investing inside of a limited company rather than just buying a house in your own name. There are some massive benefits.
Absolutely. I'm going to say if you are not looking at this or not thinking about this, it could be the single biggest blocker. We see landlords get every single thing right, this bit wrong, and it knocks out all of the profit. So it's something you must look into. If you're a landlord,
go on.
Buying with mortgages. If you're buying without mortgages, it doesn't really matter so much.
Yeah. So the reason for that is because if you own a house in your own name, you cannot class the mortgage cost each month as as an expense.
The interest.
Yeah, the interest on it.
Most landlords are on interest only. It's the bulk of their cost.
Exactly. But if it's inside a limited company, then it's a running.
Then you can. If you want to Google it, it's Section 24 tax. It means that instead of running company accounts, you still got to keep records. You are effectively being taxed on turnover. You get an allowance, whatever, based on your own personal tax allowance, and that's all you can claim on your property income. So you can be left in a position where you've got income coming in, you're being taxed on that. You can't claim the bit in the middle, which is your interest on the mortgage. You're not making a profit, but you're still being taxed as if you are. It can be disastrous.
Here's the other thing as well. So because buying inside of a limited company now is so common, the mortgage rates are really similar. It used to be a case when this first became a thing that the mortgages were really expensive compared to being in your own name. Now they're more or less the same.
Yeah, it definitely would be a barrier. A landlord would look at it and say, this is hard work. I don't want to. The costs of setting up a limited company, they're not negligible, but they are, let's say, £1,000. Take some advice. I wouldn't do it myself. A £35 off the shelf company is all you really need, but you need the right articles of association, memorandum. You do need to take a little bit of advice on, not getting debentures and all sorts of stuff set up in the wrong way and get yourself in a bit of a pickle when it comes to ownership structures, mortgages and those kind of things. So do take some advice, but it's not massively expensive, and financing afterwards is not expensive either. So final point on this, if you have property held in a personal name and you really wish you could take it to a limited company, but you're hearing things on the internet, some people are saying it's possible, some people are saying you really don't do this, maybe your accountant doesn't understand it, you really need to get clarity on that. There is a wrong way to do it. And if you Google it, you'll find plenty of people getting themselves unstuck and in trouble. There is a right way to do it. It's a very normal progression for any business to go from a sole trader, possibly through a partnership, to then incorporate and become a limited company. Personally, I've run businesses. A shop becomes 2 shops, becomes a chain of shops. That's the journey you go through. And as long as you're taking specific advice to you from an accountant that understands it, you can make that journey over the course of a couple of years. You don't pay stamp duty. You don't have to sell personally into a limited company. You actually reset your capital gains tax almost always. I can't advise you on that. All I can advise you is definitely take some good advice.
It may be possible.
It may be possible.
Moving on then, so company structures, holding companies.
Yeah.
How can we beat the tax on that way?
For a business owner. Lots more business owners out there, whether you're subcontracted to another business or you own your own business, there's more business owners. So you've got much more control about how you take profits out of the business, how you move them around. You know that there's a potential for double taxation. Hopefully you've already figured out that as a business owner with a partner, you can roughly get about £120,000 out of the business without paying much more than about £6,000, £7,000 tax. If you haven't figured that one out, that's a different video. But once you've got more money in the business than you can take out personally, then you've got this double taxation thing. So I need to take the money out to invest in property. And that means you're going to take money out to invest in property. A couple of different ways you can get around that or deal with that properly. One is a group company structure. So the 2 companies are part of a group. and you can move profits around inside a group without paying tax. And then you can buy property in the other business. Why wouldn't you buy it in the trading business? You should never buy property in a trading business. If you are a supplier of widgets and one of your widgets explodes and kills somebody, that business carries that liability and they'll come after your properties. As you become a more wealthy person, more people will come after you, simple as that. It's the reason there is that warning on a McDonald's cup saying this contents might be hot, but you've got to stop people getting, people will come after you. So that's one way you can move money around and the company's a part of a group. There's another way actually. You have a company over here that isn't part of the group, and you can set up a pension, and you might know a self-administered small scheme pension. You can take out £80,000. This is numbers today off the top of my head. It might be wrong. Take advice from your accountant. But let's say the last time I was looking at it, £80,000 per director. I think you can have 11 directors on one company, can send it to that company, and that company can invest in property or loan to another company. There's some rules. Half of it can go out. It's got a commercial property unless you're loaning, all sorts of things. But that's another way you can get it out of the company into another company, and that pension contribution comes off your bottom line. It's an expense to the business, so you'll pay less corporation tax. So they're two really good ways for business owners to get profits out of a trading business into property. And we know, personally, I'm a business owner and I want to do that. We run ForTheLandlords.com, make some money, we put it over there. And I would imagine there's lots of you do.
Fantastic. All right, and then the final point for today then is still on the theme of beating the taxman, inheritance, legacy for your future generations.
Well, it's a big one that we don't like to think about our own mortality, do we? And I think there's only one thing that's less sexy than talking about insurance, and it's inheritance tax planning. But imagine you built yourself up a £10 million portfolio, and because you didn't take the right steps, when you die, your kids pay £400,000 of that, so £4 million of that to the taxman, 40%.
Yeah.
We don't want that, and there are plenty of ways to get around it. We're not going to start getting into tax advice here. We're not accountants.
We can introduce you to some really good accountants, actually.
It is
I'd rather do that.
It is an accountancy job.
Yeah.
It's an accountancy with a legal background, and they need to know what they're doing. I would suggest a family investment company, or at least you're talking about a family office. You're talking about having property in a limited company, which hopefully we've already discussed why that's important. And it's today the tax benefits of that are good. If you're a business owner already, they're multiplied. So now you have property in a limited company. It's much easier to move that to your heirs than it is to move properties in a tax. It's a tax efficient wrapper. There's other things you can do that. Wills, writing it in the will the right way. Trusts, and maybe not bare trust, maybe different types of trusts.
In layman's terms, you can hand over shares rather than multiple properties, and everyone just gets the same piece of a nice big pie rather than all.
You'll hear about alphabet shares as well. So a company can have different classes of shares. So you, as the founding member, the mum and dad maybe, who own the properties now, passing it on to your heirs, you can have A shares, they can have B shares. Yeah. You can attribute the earnings or the capital growth individually to different classes of shares. So you can continue to take a dividend, live on them today, but when you die, the shares can switch and pay it out to your heirs in various different circumstances. You need somebody to run through that. It's one of those really fun conversations you have with your accountant where they say, so look, if you die, what happens? If you and your wife both die, what happens? If you all die, what happens? It ties in very closely to your will, actually, as well. So, very, very well, you've got to have that conversation.
All right. Nice one. So, today's hot take then?
Buying in a personal name is what landlords used to do before legislation changes and before they understood. Today, property is a business. You need to treat it like a business, take proper business advice, and get yourself sorted out. Don't leave it till the last minute. Don't leave it to chance.
All right, and there we go. Okay, if you've found that video useful, please click like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the chat below. A question, if you got it, we'll respond. You can also book on to one of our upcoming webinars. The link will be there, or you can just book to join our community and book a call to meet one of my team.
Great. Bye for now.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.